Hey guys, I'm holding the camera like this so you don't see my labels. I'm at work, about to go on the first patrol. Show you I'm human. I got to work at just before 5 o'clock because, as per usual, I start work at 5 o'clock, finish at 1 o'clock. But they had changed my hours over the portal, on the portal, because you can change it on the portal. But I didn't know about it. So, oh, sorry. I won't delete it, I won't start again. I'll lose my train of thought. So that happened. That's alright. I went home and relaxed and stuff. Turns out the All Blacks tickets are not going to go on sale until June the 19th. June the 19th. Because the Sunday the 10th of May was for the Test series. They call it the Steinlager Pure, where they had playing against was it Fiji and England. And none of those games are here in Wellington. They're in stadiums I've been to before. Now, it's those two. The positive thing is still waiting for the AC/DC tickets to come out, so at least I know I'll be going to those 3 events. That's great. My current view on Christianity, I'm not Islam. I just view that all the gods are an explanation for how the world is. How good it is, how screwed up it is. Now, how do we explain why everything's happening in the Middle East and that? Well, a lot of humans are messed up. Now, the thing is that stuff's been going on forever, and it's not like the Muslims are innocent, because remember when they were terror attacking different European countries, and they do the most on themselves. I'm just going to cover up my logo with my hand. It's mainly amongst their own people, and it's like, And I thought that I was like following God like hard out, and then there was like these people who claimed to be Christian but were sleeping around and had like having sex outside of marriage, and then they ended up with dumping that one, ended up with another one. Next thing you know, they got a couple of partners at the same time, and they were judging me, telling me that I didn't have the love of God in my heart and I didn't know God because I judged people. And I would say, well, look at your actions and according to how Jesus wants us to live. So that's the Jesus of the Bible. But I've had, I didn't get deceived because I know this to be true. Well, what was said is to be true, but I had like deceased loved ones show up and tell me that the heaven and hell wasn't real, this type of thing. But yeah, they say treat others how you want to be treated and you'll be treated the same way. Well, I only had sex 3 times in my life before this year, and now it's like about 20 times. But I'm 36 years old, and so for anyone who wants to judge me and call me immoral and how I'm giving up the race and I've given up the fight for God, and I haven't. I just know certain things, meaning that there's a lot of things I don't know, obviously, because I don't know everything in the universe, and I haven't experienced, well, I don't know about past lives or this life, but I do have all these dreams and have feelings where I went to places and I felt like I'd been there before, but I'd never been there before. And I found out that my great grandparents used to live there or something. And I had like flashback memories. And then not when I found that out, but like at the time when I felt like they'd been there before, then I'd find out that my great grandparents had been there. And then all the flashback memories I had, people can trace that through oral history, that's what my great grandparents did. So, is it memory of the DNA, or is it my past lives? All I know is with all the stuff I've gone through in my life and all the rejection and all this thing, people say, oh, well, it's called karma, like, what happened in previous lives. Or I've even had my relatives say, look, you're not destined for this, or you're not destined for that, because like this person is more skilled or whatever, like they're more popular, and so they're used to winning. So you getting then they'll bring up the fact that I graduated school and got a degree, and they'll use those two and say, see, so you're pretty awesome for these things. But then they'll go on about how, they don't expect me to go out there and make a ton of money and, live my best life. They do all these things without the credentials, or now they have the credentials, but they didn't have the credentials when I was going for it, just going for my own stuff. And all of a sudden, oh, nah, now that they got the opportunities, even though they hadn't done the study or whatever. Oh. Treat others how you want to be treated is not really that valid in this. I don't know, it's probably just never been valid. They say in this day and age, because it seems like things are getting worse. They're not. They're just, you probably got told about the good old glory days, and it probably wasn't that much better. But here's the thing. What was I going to say? So I just realised I went off track. Yeah, you just got to treat people how they treat you. And if they think that you're less than, or they try and, then they'll say, see, you've given up on the fight of faith, you've given up on this and that, and so therefore it doesn't matter what you were doing in the past, and doesn't matter what I was doing in the past, yet they were getting all these opportunities and things like that in the past, and I was getting denied, but none of that matters. And then now that I'm pursuing to get my needs met, all that matters is me and how I'm acting now, and so therefore I'm the bad guy. Screw that. Screw that. Only because I've had those scriptures always twisted against me, and it didn't matter whether I just follow my heart, and if that makes me a bad guy, well, you know what? I'm happier than I used to be when I was trying to do everything and to the letter, and yeah. And these people were, I don't know if they were happier, but they were much more like, they were getting way more opportunities than I was, and now that they can't take out their stuff on me, and I'm just doing what I can to get my needs met, and my sexual ones aren't. And people, they say, oh, it's lonely at the top. Well, I didn't really have any visitors come around anyway, so that's all I got to say about that. It's just I see God in Odin, Shiva, Jesus, Thor, many others.